completely. If you have a good doctor, just right there.
Yeah.
Actually, let me just point to it with this right here.
Uh-huh.
And can you actually calculate blockage based on?
Well, it's not blocked.
Okay.
You don't have any blockage.
Okay,
Look
this
at
is
all the
open.
blood flow in the
Yeah,
world there. Yeah,
right.
and so most cardiologists, because of their training, will say we don't have to do anything about that. But the problem is 90% of the heart attacks and strokes are in people with less than 70% blockage. 70% is the number they use to say, can I ethically run a catheter up your leg? Now, you're an exception because you had an actual event. If you've had an event, then they can also justify going in. So, but I don't think you're a candidate for an endarterectomy or anything radical. But the only way to heal that then is with medicine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's just.
Well, what they prescribed. Or,
Yeah, see, even from this angle, it's actually even bigger. Let me just. So that's a, I'm just. This is a rough estimate, but yeah, it's a 2.5 millimeter. That's like a quarter of a centimeter thick.
That's on the left side, you said?
Yeah, left side, yeah. So like I said, this isn't definitive until we get it, and then this is in the bifurcation just before it splits into the internal and external. This one is again more healed, but you see this little soft patch here, and this one looks like it's leaked. Here and here, you see how it's black. So that actually could have been the cause of the TIA. Yeah.
Wow.
Because that leaks. I don't think the white, pussy necrotic material you'd find in a pimple. I don't think that probably caused the problem. I think it just released enzymes and caused clotting. You created a thrombus as it tries to heal that. So we'll have to keep our eye on that.
So the hot
And
plaque.
this actually could be a thrombi right here. It looks plaquish to me, but you see this harder plaque here, and then it looks like it's just continued to grow. So we just have to. That very well could have been an issue. It could have been further upstream too, but we just want to keep an eye on that. And I don't treat patients, but you want a doctor that's, if you're not already on a statin, are you taking a statin?
Yeah, I was taking a pitavastatin at 2 milligrams because I had a heavier statin. I was getting cramps.
So the thing we do, so the statins, and you've probably heard Dr. Brewer, heard me on Dr. Brewer's program, the pleiotropic effects of statins are, in my mind, infinitely better than, I don't really care what your cholesterol is, to be honest. But they reduce inflammation in the arterial wall, which is, if you don't have inflammation, you can't grow plaque. So if you have inflammation, the only possible outcome is eventual creation of plaque. So they reduce the inflammation, they repair the endothelium, which is this one cell thick protective Teflon coating, right? So that's really important. And then for the plaque, they attract minerals like calcium and collagen to the cap, so that instead of having a soft whitehead pimple 3 inches from your brain, it becomes hard as a rock, like an acne cyst, where it has no chance of rupturing.
No problem.
And that's what we want. The goal for you is, I didn't really look for inflammation. I can't do that eyeballing it anyway, so we'll get a measurement on that. We'll make sure the ladies know where to send your report.
Sure.
But you're going to get inflammation release. I would tell you that the answer, if I was one of those that had severe myalgia with my first 3 statins. In fact, I couldn't walk. I had so much hip and joint pain. And but I know the literature, so I wasn't going to stop taking it. So the answer is, rather than stop taking, is to change. There's 17 or 18 brands out there. You can change brand, and you can play with dosage. If you don't have a cholesterol problem per se, now in your case, if you were my dad or brother, I would say, let's put a heavy dose of statin. Let's figure out a brand you can tolerate and throw the book at it, right? Light level, as high as you can tolerate, because we want that thing to get solid. And I would say that's independent of whatever your cholesterol is, because I don't really care what that is. That may or may not be the cause, but we got to stabilize your plaques. And remember, we're just looking at 3 inches. You got 100,000 miles of vessels, so this is repeating in your coronaries and your descending aorta and every vascular bed. So we want to treat it systemically. And of course, you already have a great lifestyle, and I can see you don't have a stitch of fat on you. So lifestyle. you may not get much more leverage. You're exercising, I presume, eating, healthy, Mediterranean-based, maybe carbs, all sugars just inflammatory, is just bad.
Yeah,
you can't not take it.
Basically a Gundry, no wheat,
Yeah.
no carbs.
He's a lupus survivor, so
Well,
he's
so
eliminated lectins as much as he
like I said, I can see by looking at you. I don't think we're going to get much leverage on lifestyle, but that leaves us drugs, and we got to find out what's causing that.
Well, yeah, what they prescribed was for me
Was it Protestant? Did you say?
pitavastatin,
Pitavastatin.
which was Livalo. Livalo. Yeah.
Lovastatin. Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
The doc's idea was, the doc I saw day before yesterday was, or was it yesterday? Anyway, was to double up on my pitavastatin, which is was only 2 milligrams.
Right. 2 milligrams. Not going to cut it.
Yeah.
You might try having, play with some different brands. Rosuvastatin has the best data out there. That's Crestor.
That's what was prescribed.
I don't
40
care.
milligrams.
Yeah, I don't care what you use. 40 milligrams of Rosuvastatin will kick
And
it'll
he also
clobber it.
prescribed Plavix.
So Plavix is their anticoagulant.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And,
if
baby aspirin.
you're leaking enzymes in that are causing clots, it will dissipate the clots so they can't adhere. So yeah, that'll be life saving for you.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Plavix, and should
And
I
aspirin,
try to keep taking
maybe
Plavix?
80 milligrams, baby
The
aspirin.
love of-
Yeah.
Those are the
yeah.
3 things he told him to do.
Yeah.
And then just be aware if you get stomach or gut pain, they probably told you all this. Keep an eye on because the aspirin's actually a thinner. The other's an anticoagulant, but the thinners in some remote patients can cause ulcers and stuff like that. So if you have any kind of pain, it's the aspirin, not the Plavix.
Okay.
Does vitamin K work against these antiplatelet, anticoagulant?
I don't.
things? He's taking vitamin K as one of his supplements.
Yeah, just make sure your physician's aware of it. Lots of schools of thought on supplements. I take a boatload of supplements.
He does
That doesn't mean it's right. Just
Yeah.
I do the vitamin or the for heaven's sakes, I can't even think of the name. But it's your greens and your red. You get your fruit and your vegetables in a capsule. I still eat fruit and vegetables, but I make sure I'm getting enough. So.
A brewer takes nattokinase. Have you heard of that?
Yeah, Ford and I are we're on the same page.
Too.
So in fact, the book we wrote is out there. We finished it last June, got it published, and he's just a great guy and a dear friend, and he does treat patients remotely. So
Yeah.
Need to get on his list.
I have no idea what his I don't know what he's.
Yeah.
We stay out of each other's businesses,
That's great.
but we're good friends, and he's a good guy. So, yeah, I'll get these. Just make sure we know where to send. We can email you the color report, and
She's got my
we can send it
email
to any
address.
physician you want.
Okay.
And if your physician has questions, because a lot of them haven't seen this stuff,
Right.
and rather than poo-pod, I spend most of my days talking to physicians, and I'm happy to give them the science, the chapter and verse, right, of all
Okay.
of the scientific data, so that they feel more comfortable with. We don't want them to throw it away because they don't understand or haven't seen it before. We'd rather give them the data and say, hey, this is,
I know.
you
Yeah.
better pay attention.
Unfortunately, some will say, yeah, we want to learn, but then they're stuck in this kind of to-do
The
list.
system is the problem,
Yeah.
not the physicians.
Yeah.
In 99% of the cases, the physicians are great. They're all well trained. I have tremendous respect for them. But the systems that they're in, God bless them, they're tying their hands.
Yeah.
So we have a system here that they don't get their paycheck if they don't see 30 patients, and then they don't get their bonus unless they see 40 a day, and at 50 they make bank. So if you can somehow figure out how to see 50 a day,
No,
they'll retire on the farm. So
Thank you so much for seeing us.
yeah, my pleasure. I'll walk you out. And you ready for me to look at these?
Yeah.
Thanks for your patience while we dealt with patients.
Appreciate it.
See ya. Be safe.